Hello and welcome to the 9th instalment of the Delayed Kickoff podcast with Max and Maxim.
Welcome back, Maxim.
Yeah,
Hello
welcome
guys,
Welcome back, mate.
pleased to be back. Thank you for having me.
Oh, no problem, mate. No problem. You all had a good week?
Yeah.
Good reading week?
Yeah, the weather's been a bit better this week.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Since you got back, it's been quite nice.
It has been
Very
actually.
On off, actually. But
It's
bit chilly.
cold though, yeah.
Yeah, a bit chilly. Bit chilly. All done well, actually. All of our teams, you know.
Yeah.
3 wins at
Been
the
a
weekend.
good week football-wise, yeah.
Yeah, for every team really, of everyone that's been on the show. So Ewan's team obviously won. Beating
Jacob's
City
team
3-1, very dubiously though.
We'll talk about that in the
And
results section.
Watford actually won a game.
Yeah.
So Jacob would be pleased with that.
Everyone's a winner.
Yeah, everyone's a winner.
We should have got them all on.
Yeah, and obviously Max, who I haven't been on yet, his team won because he's a Man U fan as well. So yeah, pretty shocking, really.
Yeah. Just jump straight into the news, I'd say.
Yeah, Raheem Sterling has been dropped
For the Montenegro game
for Montenegro's game versus England
tomorrow. Well,
tomorrow. Well, Raheem Sterling has
yesterday.
been dropped for England against Montenegro due to a clash with Joe Gomez at the England training camp.
Yes.
I'm not gonna lie.
St.
It hasn't
George's
really
Park.
happened yet in Southgate's reign, but I know it was going to happen. Like the clubs were just inevitably going to clash, and
True.
obviously holding it after that game, which is obviously a very big. It's very big
Biggest
in the
game.
title, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like it's very big for a title decider. Obviously, having an international break after that probably wasn't the best idea by the FA. I mean, I guess it was in their hands, kind of.
No, I'd
'cause-
say it's probably more to do with the Premier League. Well, it's independent fixtures. They'll set the
Yeah,
fixture
yeah,
lists,
yeah.
and then the international breaks will already be set up by an
yeah.
independent company, depending on who organises the friendlies.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, but it usually
But
happens.
it usually
there's
happens
a big
around
game.
this time in November. Yeah.
There's a big game that usually is the last one before the international break.
Yeah.
I remember last year it was like United Liverpool,
Yeah.
even though it's not really a big. It was the 0-0 game, I think.
Yeah. I remember
But-
that. Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, like it's kind of it's not good they've had a fight, but it's
No, not
nice to
at all.
see they just haven't forgotten about it.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
Sterling cares that much. Obviously, no one should go around.
Yeah, and
Put
Jordan
people in
Henderson
headlocks.
obviously acted as a peacemaker in
Yeah.
this. Apparently they were on the phone to him for like 25 minutes, and he
What,
sort
to
of
Henderson?
mediated it. Yeah, because he wasn't actually at the camp. So they were just sat in a hotel room on the phone to him for 25 minutes, and he sorted it all out with them.
One
I
person
think
who's
it's quite
been
good, to be fair.
very quiet in this situation is the actual captain, Harry Kane.
Yeah, I thought that was I think that's a bit odd.
Surely, Kane's job is to do what Henderson's done.
Yeah.
Henderson probably has a better relationship. I mean, Sterling
Yeah,
was with
true.
him when he was at Liverpool, so
Yeah.
he
True.
knows the players both well.
And he was in the game as well on Saturday.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's not good to see, but Sterling not playing tomorrow/yesterday.
Yeah.
I'm
Tomorrow
surprised Joe
forgot it.
Gomez did not get suspended as well.
Yeah, so am I.
Yeah, I am. To be fair, I
I
think
would've
it's only
done
fair
both.
that you put two of them. Otherwise,
Yeah.
there's more arguments, really, isn't there?
Yeah,
I was quite surprised at that.
Some would
actually.
argue Southgate might be picking sides there. So
yeah.
Yeah, exactly. He's never struck me as a very strong individual though.
What,
I
Southgate?
think he caves in probably a bit too easily.
Well, the easy thing to do was to just send him back home. Well, they were home.
Yeah,
get him
but
off.
send him back to the.
Yeah, don't take him to.
Yeah. Of course, I'd
games.
have sent them both home. They're gonna fight like
Yeah.
that though in the camp. Like you can't just.
There's a lot of replacements for the likes of Gomez as well.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Like
Connor Cody being
Tomori.
one of them. Tomori.
Could have all got
Dunk. Yeah, and there's a couple of replacements for Sterling, I guess, that could have got in the squad.
Yeah.
I'm not going to name names 'cause I can't think of any at the minute, but
Jack Grealish is the obvious
Hudson
one.
Odoi.
Yeah.
Jack Grealish, yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Hudson Odoi. Yeah, Hudson Odoi's there though.
Is
Yeah, he's in the
he?
squad.
Oh, okay, I forgot yes.
Probably. I did want to say Mason Greenwood, but that's a bit far at the minute.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
You're pushing him, mate, if you think Mason Greenwood decides to be in the
Yeah,
international scene this early.
Yeah, I was thinking probably a bit early in his career, but he's been doing well for United. That's undeniable.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not been too
No.
bad.
Yeah. Don't want to get over.
No, of course
Right.
not, because that's what happened with Rashford and now.
Yeah. No, Rashford's starting to gather some sort of momentum now. He's on the left.
A lot's expected of him, basically.
It's just because Martial's back. Anyway, we'll get on to that.
Tyson sent off his middle finger gesture to racism, and he kicked the ball into the stands against the.
Yes.
It was a Dynamo Kiev fans, wasn't it? That racially abused Tyson, and they he responded by sticking his middle finger up to him, kicking the ball into the stands, and him and what was it? Can't remember the other player's name. Was sent off in the game.
And he responded on Twitter saying that he's not regretting what he's done.
No, I wouldn't.
Yeah, he'd do it again in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
The interesting thing is with someone like Tyson, he's been in Ukraine for 5 to 6 years.
4 years, 5 years.
Yeah.
And I think obviously with all of the racism stuff which has kind of popped into the media recently, it's kind of given him this chance to build us up, because I don't imagine this
given a bit of a platform, and it could probably help Ukraine a bit if he does that.
I don't think that this was the first time it's happened.
No, absolutely not.
Especially with their reputation in international games.
Yeah, absolutely.
True.
Shout out to our fans.
They've been caught out before as well. They've been given sanctions by UEFA, which arguably aren't enough really, because they carried on doing it.
UEFA can't.
Dynamo Kiev fans, I think, have been given sanctions as well.
Yeah.
I think a lot of the clubs, to be fair, have, but like, I think the sanctions probably need to be stronger if they actually do want to cut it out of the game. Like,
it seems to be every week we're here talking about a racism issue, and it's just getting stupid now.
Yeah, it's getting ridiculous. Like,
so
it just goes to show, like, it's embedded in the culture, and it needs to be like sort of stamped out the culture.
Yeah.
Whether that's UEFA's job is a different story, but
whether it was always there and it never really got truly reported on. And
yeah,
now that more stuff's coming out. But there's no room for it, absolutely.
Yeah. The saddest bit of news, Neil Warnock has
not
retired.
He's not retired.
No, he hasn't retired. He's stepped down from the Cardiff position by mutual agreement.
I don't think he's
if he retires
again.
No, I doubt he'll manage again. He's 73, 74 now.
Yeah.
I don't think he's going to manage again, but he is a true legend on the football terraces. A lot of clubs have chanted his name in the not in the nicest way possible, but he's one of the most hated figures in English football. But he's the pantomime villain. Like, you love to hate him.
I think it
like
was.
You love to hate him. Like, everything about Warnock is just very iconic for like English football.
Yeah, he's
one of the more recognisable figures in the football league.
I think he said when he dies, he doesn't want like a minute silence. He wants a minute of chanting Warnock as a W word. So
yeah. We can swear, Chaz. We swore last week, mate. It's fine.
No, it might get demonetised. That's what I had.
Are we monetising it?
Huh?
Are we monetising it?
That's the point. No.
Don't get your hopes up too early, fellas. Come on.
I was gonna say you've probably got like 7p.
True.
Let's be real, but
yeah,
it's just better if
Neil
you
Warnock at the moment though.
Yeah, great manager. He's obviously won a record 8 promotions in his career.
Yeah.
Which has been going on for nearly 40 years now. It started in 1980 with Gainsborough Trinity, went on to Scarborough. Went on to Burton for 5 years, went on to Scarborough.
Yeah.
And his first game for Scarborough was actually a Division 4 game, so League 2, against Wolves. And a Wolves fan fell through the roof of the Scarborough ground because he was stood on it, because he was being a pillock.
So you stood on top of the roof and then fell through?
Yeah.
There's some people.
There's been some dark days in our club. I'd just like to point that out. Having won all 4 divisions of English football,
I reckon he'll definitely go down as an underrated manager, I think.
Oh yeah, absolutely. He was, but I don't know. Do you want to have your say on it? Obviously, a Football League fan.
Yeah, I mean,
a lot of fun about football as well. So
the pioneer of Championship managers.
Yeah, really is.
True.
If you wanted anyone to depict what Championship style of football was,
you get Neil Warnock and show him a Warnock game.
Well, yeah, if for like 5 years ago, the Championship was very much a Warnock playing game. He'd have a few players who he knew could get goals, 2 big lumps at the back, and the ball would go forward as quickly as possible. But yeah, he's done extremely well in his career. I think obviously his only regret will probably be not being able to see out a full. Keep his team up.
Yeah, absolutely. And probably what happened with Salah, obviously, he probably holds certain regrets about that.
Yeah, obviously, I mean, obviously there's still tribunal going on between that and whether we'll see if he's responsible for any of it which goes on. You'll never know until the outcome comes out.
Absolutely.
Definitely.
But obviously that's maybe a little bit of a black spot in his career. Obviously, he's sort of admitted it's the worst week of his life in football, and that's saying something when you've been managing for nearly 40 years. So, but he will. As you said, like he's very hard-hitting manager. Like the Championship is his level. Like as much as he probably won't like it, it is his level. Like he's done everything there. He's kept teams up. He's kept them mid-table. He's got them promoted, like he did with Rotherham and Cardiff recently. And obviously, it'd be sad to see him go if he retires. So hopefully he gets a Derby job when Philip Cocu gets sacked.
Yeah, it's just slightly sad that we don't get to see Neil Warnock have his complaints of VAR.
Yeah, I'd actually quite like to have him on here one day if we ever get that big. But we can keep dreaming.
Phone him up.
Arsenal are backing Emery.
Yeah,
but say results need to improve.
Which is.
They're probably giving him a bit too much time.
I'm not an Emery fan.
No,
I wasn't a fan when he came in.
Arsenal, to be honest.
It is Arsenal though. I mean, they gave Wenger probably 3 years too many.
Yeah,
with absolutely. The same slogan. So
especially with the he had a very barren run of cups, didn't he? Yeah. He didn't really win much, and obviously they lost in the League Cup final to Birmingham, 2011.
Yeah, they lost. Well, they were spent. What was it? 8 years? No, maybe 10 years.
Yeah, I think it was 10 years
without a cup.
Without a cup, yeah, and that's pretty shocking for Arsenal, really, isn't it? By their standards.
I think I saw something that Arsene Wenger's last 50 games in charge of Arsenal has been better than Emery's first 50.
Yeah, probably has.
Or something like
that. Probably has.
So,
but obviously it's.
I think they should just pull the trigger.
Yeah, I think they probably should. I never really rated Emery coming into the game. Obviously, losing 6-1 to Barcelona was shocking.
It's a sticky period at the moment because we've seen Javi Gracia go.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of managers like Marco Silva, Pochettino, Emery, maybe
even
Solskjaer.
Yeah, even
are on the verge. But no one's pulling the trigger yet.
No
one's going to go, you're first.
Yeah, absolutely.
Maybe if one goes, then the other teams might follow suit. Who knows?
Yeah. I think everyone's
because then there'll be a lot of free up managers. I don't know. Well, Poch is never going to go to Arsenal, is he? So
no, absolutely.
It's strange. I mean, it's not a theory that I have, but it kind of falls into place where if you have a season where maybe you don't perform as well and you don't go into Europe, you may have the possibility of performing twice as good the next year. So you saw Chelsea.
Yeah,
when Conte came
and Mourinho was sacked and they finished 10th the season before.
Yeah, they won the league the next year.
Yeah,
I mean, I doubt it would be the same because you got two powerhouses at the top. But
absolutely, yeah.
There might be,
you got to sort it if you want to.
Yeah, there might be the chance that either United have a vamp up next season, or maybe they do get rid of their manager and maybe they move on from it. And the same with Arsenal.
Yeah.
Yeah, you see it with Leicester, don't you? They're not in Europa League football or any European football, and they're doing so well this year.
Yeah, and Wolves are, and we picked it up recently, but
form's there.
Yeah,
8th, isn't it?
8th, just one place below Man United, and obviously Sheffield United flying in 5th. So if they weren't there, then we'd be 7th.
Yeah,
but that's like saying if my uncle hadn't.
Yeah. If Liverpool, Man City, Chelsea, Leicester, Sheffield don't.
He knows exactly what I was going to say.
Finally, David Villa's retired from football.
Great career, really. 324 goals and 638 appearances.
Yes.
Spain's leading scorer. Leading goal scorer for Spain. That's quite good.
I don't think he got enough credit, if I'm honest.
No, I don't. No. 2010 World Cup was very good for him personally, I think.
Well, that whole season, I think. At Barcelona, they won everything.
Yeah, they did. Yeah, with Pep and. They won everything with Pep. Obviously, Spain won the World Cup, and it's often said that Barcelona won the World Cup in 2010 because there were so many players from Barcelona in that 11, in the Spain squad, and the chemistry was there.
Yeah,
and I think Villa played a big part in both of those teams.
Yeah,
I think absolutely.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah, 100% underrated in my opinion.
No,
he'll go down as a legend.
Yeah, absolutely. Might see him get an icon card on FIFA. You never know.
Always FIFA review.
Always FIFA. Are you shaking it?
Always.
Going on to the results, Leicester beat Arsenal 2-0 at the King Power Stadium at the weekend with Jamie Vardy and James Maddison getting the goals. Nearly said Marcus Maddison then. That's that Peterborough player, isn't it? No, obviously Vardy and Maddison getting the goals, and Leicester flying at the minute under Rodgers.
Vardy's goal is a great goal for that's what Rodgers would want for a team goal.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's up there with it's top class. Arsenal provided very little.
Yeah, Aubameyang wasn't getting the service.
Yeah, like I said, a few chances.
Lacking, yeah.
David Luiz made a mistake.
Yeah, David Luiz.
There's a shock.
Yeah, there's a shock. Yeah, exactly. A fairly standard game, really. I never really tipped Arsenal to win 100%. This, to be honest.
Yeah.
I think Leicester were the favourites, which is obviously says something about their form at the minute.
Came at the wrong
having
time
only
for
lost 2, and Man City have only lost 2, and Wolves have only lost 2 as well. I'm not sure how many Sheffield United have lost. I know Man United have lost quite a few.
Yeah. How many have Chelsea lost?
2.
United and Liverpool.
United.
And they haven't played any other.
No, they must have lost 2 as well. So most of the teams below Liverpool only losing 2 games. It shows how tight it is.
Yeah,
but
right, you are. Chelsea have won 8, drawn 2, lost 2. So
have they?
Oh,
that's all right. What's
that's good.
Sheffield United's record?
Sheffield United, they've won 4, drawn 5, lost 3.
The
difference in goal difference is quite remarkable.
Yeah,
Sheffield United have 4 goal difference compared to City, who have 22.
22, yeah. I was looking at that actually the other day.
Just wait until Sheffield United beat Man City 18-0.
That'd be shocking. Wolves 2, Aston Villa 1. Went up to this, and can I just say, Christ almighty, for all the plaudits that John McGinn was getting, he did not have a good day. He was getting bullied off the ball. His passes were sloppy. He was good. His corner delivery was very good, but I wasn't a fan of I just wasn't a fan of him at the weekend. I was expecting to see a lot more from him, but clearly, it's a thing. If Grealish is there, then McGinn, they sort of bounce off each other. I know they have good chemistry off the pitch, and I can see from what I've watched of Aston Villa this season, they've got good chemistry on the pitch, sort of in the midfield, running the show between them.
Yeah.
And obviously whoever's in midfield with them, Nakamba, Douglas Luiz. But no, John McGinn looked very lacklustre at the weekend, and so did Tyrone Mings. Terrible tackle on Adama. I think that's a red for me, really. Completely wiped him out. Very late challenge.
Yeah.
Very late challenge. I think probably we could talk about it in ConVARsation if it's there.
I don't think it is, but you can if you want.
It was a terrible. It was right down my end, right in front of me. It was a terrible tackle. We pulled out some terrible tackles, but I think the ref probably had a bit of an off day as well, because there were quite a few errors in there that he didn't spot, and it seemed to be whenever Villa went down, which was quite a lot, the ref would give it as he's down, they can have a free kick or whatever.
Yeah. It's good win for Wolves.
Good. Yeah. Good result.
Up to 8th,
third win of the season, up to 8th. Yeah.
That relegation.
Sort of 8 points clear of relegation now. Villa right down there on the other hand with Watford.
I saw Villa's fixtures coming up. They've got it's like City, Leicester, Sheffield United, Man United, Chelsea, in no particular order.
Yeah, they'll have
in the next 7 games. They've got those 5.
I'm not sure.
Newcastle's next.
Is it City? Because I thought they played City and lost 3-0. It might have been in the cup.
No.
Is it Liverpool in the cup though?
Yeah.
It's Liverpool in the cup for Villa.
Liverpool in the cup.
I don't know. Maybe they have City. I don't know, because we play City twice in a year this year. So, wouldn't surprise me. Your thoughts on the game?
Yeah, I think Wolves probably deserved it in the end.
Yeah. Very lacklustre Villa side.
Yeah, I mean, what you're saying about McGinn, obviously, every player has off days.
Yeah.
I've been very impressed with him this season.
Yeah, I've been impressed, but that's why I was sort of disappointed, because I was expecting a lot more from him personally.
Yeah, it's Newcastle.
You'd expect him to step up now that Grealish isn't there. So
I'm surprised you haven't mentioned Neves' goal, to be
fair.
Neves'
goal was cracking. Right down my end as well. I was really happy with that. It was a great goal. Obviously, it's just what Ruben Neves does. And a second goal, Adama producing a great run, turning Neil Taylor inside out, and he was doing it all game. To be fair, every left back he came up against, he bullied, and it's like a new signing this season. Adama, he's been really, really good.
I've seen some Villa fans praising Adama Traore.
Yeah, I have as well.
He's really.
I've also seen
Turned
some
it
Villa
on this
fans
season.
posting some stuff on Facebook, so the broadband must be back up in the
There we go. That's a classic.
Going on to the next game, Man United 3, Brighton 1. Obviously, a bit poor to concede that goal. It was a bit of a
Yeah, it was.
wasn't it?
I don't understand it, to be perfectly honest with you. It's a corner. We've got big slabhead Harry Maguire.
Yeah.
It's just the defence need to work out who's marking who.
Yeah, I think they'll figure it out in due time. I think.
Yeah, it
to be
takes
honest,
time to work.
Looking at Smalling's form at Roma, you could probably do with him back.
I'd play him over Lindelof.
Yeah, the Italian leagues. Roma have always been known for having the strong defence.
Strong defence.
They're still playing 3 at the back, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah,
so he
I
just
think they
fit
are,
right in. So
really good.
You could probably, and obviously it's quite a defensive league as well. So you've got to have high quality defenders in there.
I wasn't a fan of Smalling leaving in the first place.
No.
I thought you could have got rid of Jones and Rojo before Smalling.
Has Jones played at all this season?
I think he's played like one Carabao Cup game.
Really?
Yeah.
That doesn't surprise me really. He's a bit naff.
Yeah.
United got off to a good start though.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. 2 goals in 5 minutes?
Yeah.
In the space of 5 minutes.
It was one was the own goal but it was one of them own goals that
basically McTominay's goal, wasn't it?
Yeah. It went down as a proper own goal though, which is a bit annoying.
A proper
own goal.
Proper own goal. Proper Sunday league.
Yeah. Liverpool 3, Man City 1. Now this was a controversial game.
Yes.
I think
ConVARsation
mostly be talking about in ConVARsation, but it looks to me like Liverpool, obviously from the first 10 minutes I heard on 5 Live, Man City were playing Liverpool off the park, but then Liverpool were obviously able to break due to the controversial penalty decision. Fabinho scored, obviously. Salah scored another Salah goal. It was a great goal,
really
and then
good.
it was who's the other score? Was it
Mane?
I thought it was. Scored a good goal as well.
Yeah.
Very esque of Klopp's Liverpool, quite like forward movement. You know what I mean?
I've seen a lot of people praising Man City's performance over like the amount of chances they created.
Yeah,
and against Liverpool, it is impressive. I just didn't think they were that. There was a lot of times, especially with Kevin De Bruyne, I don't think he was at it.
No, I don't think he was at the races. Really.
Passes, misplaced touches.
Yeah, they talked a lot about, because De Bruyne seems to always drift around to the right flank.
Yeah.
And it looked tactically as though Klopp had kind of got them to isolate him.
De Bruyne,
whether it was Fabinho and then Robertson who'd come in, they'd play in packs.
Absolutely, yeah.
Absolutely.
They just come out of the game. It was superb tactics from Klopp in the end.
Yeah, absolutely paid off well in the end as well, because they got the 3-1 win and then moved 8 points clear of Man City.
That game's going to be mainly in
Bernardo
ConVARsation and part of the big question as well.
Obviously got a good goal at the end as well. And one last result: Birmingham 0, Fulham 1.
Yeah.
Good game, or
Not the boys.
It
was if I'm being honest,
standard
that is
championship game.
It was a dismal game.
Was it?
The goal which we actually receive is to my gratitude to Lee Camp, an infamous figure in the Football League.
Yeah,
he's been around the block a bit, but the cross comes in, and you think Camp is a generic.
You always
take.
think with Lee Camp.
He's up
you
in the
always
air,
think with Lee Camp,
and the ball slips out of his hands, lands perfectly to the feet of Mitro, who's just barged his defender off a bit. He obviously complained to the ref.
Yeah.
And he just taps the ball in open
That's
goal.
a classic Mitrovic goal.
And somehow we managed to keep a clean sheet.
That's a classic Lee Camp conceding. Really.
Yeah.
He's just always making errors.
Yeah.
Where
it's the Lee Camp comedy show.
Fulham, we are in 7th. We are 6 points off the top.
That's good.
Yeah, 2 points out of playoffs.
Yeah, 2 points out of playoffs.
Yeah, so Parker out, not yet.
You never know.
yeah, absolutely.
It is the championship, probably a bit more reactive.
Of course, yeah.
Get Warnock in maybe for his final.
You can win 1 week, lose the next.
I will not have Neil Warnock.
Oh dear. Moving on to ConVARsation. Obviously, the Trent handball and the Bernardo Silva handball controversy.
In the build-up to the first goal.
I don't think Bernardo Silva's was actually deliberate. Well,
what VR said that Bernardo's, they're not looking at that towards the goal that Fabinho scored. I forgot the reasoning, but they were like, his handball is irrelevant to Fabinho's goal. Don't know why, but they said that.
I think because it was in a defensive sense.
Yeah.
If it was a handball, the ref would have played advantage.
Yeah.
But because with the Alexander-Arnold one, because the attacking player, who is who is in a goal scoring opportunity has handballed it before he has, it doesn't apply in the same rule.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think I was sort of thinking that on the way because there's a lot going around. Oh, he didn't allow it because because Bernardo handballed it before, but realistically, he's got to give the foul for that Bernardo handball. Then surely, VAR can pick it up. But that Trent handball for me, it was definitely a handball. Like if the Bernardo Silva handball didn't happen, that would have been a penalty.
If you look,
I know I sound like Michael Owen there, but honestly, that was such a shocking handball, really.
If you look at it, if he doesn't hit it with his hand, it goes perfectly to Sterling, who's unmarked, and probably 1-0.
Absolutely, yeah.
And then Liverpool don't score the goal, and it's a completely different game.
Yeah, no, I completely agree. And looking at the second goal for Mohamed Salah, by VAR's obvious recent exploits, that is an offside.
Yeah, I think because we're going to compare like the Sheffield United one against Tottenham, where I forgot the player, but his toe was offside.
Yeah. And
it's so
image.
pixelated.
It was terrible. The line like cut into half.
Yeah, I think the angles they show on the TV
are shocking.
They're just not reflective.
Don't do it justice at all.
True.
It's like
Obviously,
a couple of years ago, he showed the really squiggly one.
Yeah, the pictures are going around on Twitter, and it's just like, if you're actually using that
to show
as your evidence for why he is or is not offside, then no one is going to believe that this mechanism is working.
It's like 30 frames per second, isn't it? So they can't actually get the specific moment when the player passes the ball.
No, I know. It's shocking, really. I mean, look, honestly, I do think they should need to get rid of it for next season, figure out how to use it, properly train the referees on it, properly train the head of VAR. Who is it? Is it
Neil Swarbrick?
Neil Swarbrick, yeah.
Who is given VAR so far a 7 out of 10.
I don't know how
he says he's
that
at
all.
I don't know how I
don't know how you can say
7 out of 10 for
something that is
design
so
which
minimalist,
which is meant to be right every time. It should be 10 out of 10.
Yeah,
a 7 out of 10
is minimalist. It's so it picks up the most minuscule details, makes them wrong, but it's not a clear and obvious error, is it? If it's a minuscule detail like a foot or an arm being offside,
give them 30 seconds, give them a minute. If they can't decide in that time, it's not clear and obvious.
And 3 minutes for that's a joke.
Yeah,
that already brings it down to 5 out of 10. That's 2 things wrong with it. It's not picking up clear and obvious errors like it's saying it is.
4. It's definitely a
there's been quite a few in recent podcasts where we've said, oh yeah, that was a clear and obvious error, but VAR didn't pick it up, and it's just it annoys people because it's meant to make the right decision, and it is making the right decision in some cases, but it's being so like minimalist about it that it's just ruining
I think they also said they're planning on going to be using the pitch size monitors more.
I
after
hope
the international break,
they did say that, didn't they?
Yeah,
I really hope so.
Yeah, it just makes sense that they've got them there.
They've got them there. Why don't they use them? Do you know what I mean?
We've had like 100 and however many Premier League games so far this season, not one pitch side monitor.
Yeah, exactly. There needs to be pitch side monitor reviews because
surely that gives more roles to the fourth official if he can.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, you're still an official at the end of the day.
Yeah.
You know your decision.
You can go over, look at it. At the end of the day, a fourth official is a ref.
Communicate with the team.
Yeah, exactly. You can do it. There's no harm in doing it. Obviously, the Sheffield United goal disallowed we've just spoken about, and there was a penalty in the Wolves game. I thought there were 2 penalties actually. One could have been awarded to Villa, and one could have been awarded to Wolves about a minute later.
Yeah,
and it was and it's just shocking, really. The Villa one should probably have been awarded, yes, but there were 2 blatant Wolves ones that were handballs, and there was one handball, and there was one where I think it was Doherty literally got chopped down in the box by Gilbert, the Aston Villa right back.
Yeah,
and
I remember that.
Yeah, did you see it as well?
Yeah.
It was, for me, it was a pen. What do you say?
I'll say that it's a tough one because
there was a lot of soft decisions.
The contact
in that game.
from some of the angles doesn't look very heavy.
But then other angles from where I was sat, which was like directly in front of it, it was a pen, and it looked like he'd made contact on him. And everyone in the stand agreed. And I know we're biased because we're Wolves fans, but I've heard Villa fans agreeing, that was probably a pen, but we should have had one down our end as well. And I completely agree with that. So I think probably, I've also said to him, if Jack Grealish was playing, it would probably be a different game. because obviously he creates a lot as well.
Yeah, obviously Grealish stretches the game more. You probably would have had less possession.
Yeah.
And obviously, like you said before, which I think is a valid point, that McGinn probably would have
turned up a bit. Yeah. But you'd expect him to turn up when he wasn't there, wouldn't you? So it's just a bit naff really for Villa. Obviously losing, and we get Breckham right. So, but I'm happy with that. Anyway,
I think there was an incident as well in the Man United game where Brandon Williams,
the left back,
he like kicked someone like there nearly at the collarbone, and it was only a yellow card, and I thought he's lucky.
That's what happened in the 2010 final.
It was like a karate kick. Nigel de Jong.
Nigel de Jong completely. Oh, who was it that kicked? Who? I know de Jong was involved. It was like
Xabi Alonso. Fabregas.
Yeah, it's Fabregas. Yeah, just completely belted him in the throat, and it was only a yellow. Howard Webb, wasn't it? Referee in that final.
Good ref.
Yeah, he was a good ref. I agree.
Wonder what he's making of all this VAR.
He's working out in Saudi Arabia, I think, at the moment.
Yeah, he is. Or is that Clattenburg?
Oh, no, that's Clattenburg. And then Howard Webb's working for BT Sport, isn't he? He's kind of
he's the ref watch.
Yeah, and you hear his voice sometimes. Yeah, that's the right call. Yeah, that's the wrong call.
It's a good feature, that, to be fair.
Yeah, I like that. To be fair. I wouldn't mind Sky doing that.
Yeah, it makes the refs a bit more humane.
Yeah,
yeah, absolutely. I completely agree. Anything else you want to say on the VAR front?
Just that another week, another bad week for VAR.
Yeah,
basically
really.
Is the conclusion. Of
12 weeks running, and we've had to moan about it every single week, except for the international week when it's not used. It's shocking, really. Yeah. Although we even moaned about it that week, because that was the week when the Bundesliga 2 incident happened, wasn't it? Where he kicked it back into play. I'm not sure. Either way, that was another shocking call. I mean, all he's done is kick it back into play. It's nothing big.
See, Maxim doesn't have to deal with VAR in the Championship.
At least.
Yeah.
Oh, well, yeah. I mean, I wouldn't mind going back down to Championship.
Some of the stadiums don't actually have the facilities to implement VAR.
Give us an example. Kenilworth Road.
I mean, Griffin Park at the moment. But
yeah, Griffin Park.
They're getting their new stadium. But
yeah, they are. It looks quite nice, to be fair.
Yeah.
20,000 seats.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks all right. Big question now. Is the title race over already? Obviously, Liverpool 8 points in front of Leicester, 8 points clear of Chelsea as well, and 9 points clear of Man City, last year's champions. Hang on. 24.
There's 9.
Oh, shit. Hang on.
That's 7, mate.
7, yeah.
Hang on a minute. 6 points clear of Leicester, 6 points clear of Chelsea. I thought they were 8 points clear of...
They are 9 points clear of Man City. I don't know what's happened there. Probably that's an error on my part.
So Liverpool are on 34.
34, that's
all right, that's calm. That's calm. I was going to say, they're 8 points clear of everyone, aren't they?
Yeah.
But, no, as I said, Leicester obviously doing quite well, but I doubt they'll be able to replicate the feat of 2015, 2016.
I kind of put Leicester and Chelsea.
I personally don't actually think was down to Ranieri. I think anyone could have gone in there and probably done that. Obviously, he's good at man managing.
Not anyone.
He didn't. But notice, everywhere Ranieri goes, he tinkers with someone. That's why he's called the Tinker Man. He didn't tinker with that team, and they went and won it, didn't they? And the minute he started bringing in signings, etc.
Well, I mean, tinkering. He chopped and changed the team from last season.
Yeah.
To be fair, I mean, he gave Drinkwater a completely different role.
Yeah.
I mean, he had a Kante. Without Kante, they don't win the league. So that's a valid point.
But I think anyone could have gone in there and done that.
I think it's harsh to say anyone could.
Oh no, absolutely. But
I think regardless, Leicester are doing well.
Yeah, they are doing
very
well. I think. Yeah.
But they're in a title race at the moment. But I don't think they'll. I've kind of put them and Chelsea in the same bracket.
You think? Yeah. No.
Leicester at the start of Rodgers' reign.
I'm interested to see what Lampard does once Chelsea can start spending money. I'm wondering, because he's always been very invested in youth. Well, I say always. In the 2 seasons he's managed, he's been very invested in youth. Obviously, last season they had Tomori and Mount and Wilson at Derby, the 3 youth players, and he bought a few youngsters for at Derby, I think. I think Mason Bennett was one of them, wasn't really getting first-team games before. And then, obviously, he got the games last season at Derby. So, it'd be interesting to see what he does, really, whether he's going to promote the youth from... Chelsea again.
I think the ban is this January transfer window, and then they can spend in summer.
Yeah, I think they probably will. But it will be interesting to see.
But they've only lost twice this season. Once to United at the start of the season.
Yeah, and then they lost to Liverpool as well.
Yeah.
So
you can kind of...
I haven't really lost to anyone of note. Well, I haven't really beat anyone of note then.
They haven't played Leicester, I don't think.
No, they haven't played Leicester.
Man City. They play Man City week after international break.
So 6 games they've won have not been against teams
that are higher
than them.
True.
It's a bit like Leicester. They haven't really beat anyone of note. Obviously, Tottenham are on poor form at the moment, so I wouldn't say beating them is...
Lost to Liverpool, lost to...
Tottenham 14th.
Yeah, they're doing
it's great
terribly.
seeing them
down there.
Brilliant.
Yeah, obviously, I wouldn't really say beating Spurs at this point is an achievement. Cause obviously, what it used to be, it's obviously not what it used to be, is it? Yeah, I do think the title race is over. I don't think it's too early to call that. 9 points. Then again, you look at Newcastle when they were 12. What were they? 12 points, 10 points clear. Man United caught them up.
True.
Liverpool last season were at this stage were like a few points clear.
City, if they get their team fit, they have the squad to go undefeated for the rest of the year.
Yeah, they probably will.
And we've seen Liverpool do it before. I mean, just last year they were
absolutely.
They were 10 points.
Really
they were 10 points clear with the game to play.
Yeah, they started drawing games and started.
They didn't fall apart, but they just couldn't keep up with the pace which they set. I mean,
obviously it's an attacking team, so they're going to be knackered out at the end of the season, aren't they?
They are winning games they would have drawn last year. That Sheffield United game they would have. They would probably have drawn that.
Yeah. They were very lucky though, because Dean Henderson made a spin in that game.
But I think it's hard to say because Liverpool have a massive fixture list coming up where they play weekend, midweek for about
it's a bit like
2
us
months.
as well.
And they've got the Club World Cup. Maybe judge it after that period.
Yeah, I don't know whether they've got the depth. That's the only thing.
Yeah, as well.
If that was Man City, they'd be fine.
4 or 5 competitions. Because
Club World Cup,
Premier League, Club World Cup, Champions League, FA Cup,
FA Cup
League
was starting
Cup.
January. Yeah.
They're in 5 competitions, so I don't know whether they'll have the depth to keep dishing out players. I think the team that face Villa in the cup will probably be a very young team.
Yes,
it depends what they're going to prioritise. I mean, for them, it's got to be the league.
Yeah, it has to be.
So they won Champions League last year, so
40 years. So
the league should be their priority. Yeah, I mean, I can't really see them not playing their strongest teams, unless say they get to Champions League semi-finals and they've got a midweek game. They're not playing their strongest team, bar maybe I don't know, a Milner as a utility player.
A Milner or a Lallana or
Origi or someone like that.
A Gomez or someone like that. Yeah, I know what you mean.
But I mean the way they're going, you always think they're not playing that well. That's whenever I see them, I think from what I've seen from you, you can turn off another gear. But there are some points where you just see them for like 20 minutes and you go, oh yeah, they look like they're going to win the league.
Yeah.
But whether they can sustain it,
especially over the course of 90 minutes, as well, whether they can carry out that, as you say, that 20-minute spell. I completely agree with you there, because there's certain players you look at and you're like, oh, you could pass him, that could be a goal. Do you know what I mean? Like Mohamed Salah versus Burnley, obviously.
Yeah.
Wasteful. They could, for all we know, they could have lost that game, and obviously they weren't gonna. But I think that also does complement them winning the league. I think if they do go on to win it, I think that will probably complement them, seeing that there are certain parts of the season where they haven't played well, yet they could still go on and win it. Maybe.
Yeah, there's a lot of talk about them going the Invincibles.
Yeah.
I don't think they'll lose one.
Yeah, they probably will.
They'll probably lose.
It'll probably be to Leicester.
Yeah.
Or Chelsea or Man City.
Yeah, City at home will be a tough game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
City at home for Liverpool, yeah. And I imagine Chelsea and Leicester will as well. I can really see that.
Have they played Leicester yet this season?
Yeah,
they did,
beat them
at the start.
Anfield, yeah.
So they've played most of the teams at home who are kind of their rivals, I guess you could say. But
yeah. Absolutely.
And people are saying VAR are helping them out.
Oh yeah, I've
Liverpool.
Well.
People are saying.
Do you agree with that? Some of the calls on the weekend would indicate they were, but then a lot of the other calls, like the Origi foul the other week against United, would indicate it's actually not
It's
helping them out.
VAR's so inconsistent, you can't make
Yeah, it is.
comments like that.
You can't make any calls really.
Yeah.
With regard to
You know,
VAR.
it's not benefiting one team or another.
I do think, like you said, with the 30 frames per second, the quicker the player, the more difficult it is to get the judgments right.
Yeah.
Obviously, because they have to make not a snap decision, but it has to be quick, because otherwise fans get disengaged.
Yeah.
So with Liverpool's, with Mane and Salah, there's always going to be the possibility that they might benefit from it more. But you never know really how the system works, because obviously you see that mistake, which from the Robertson cross, and you think, what? There must be some reason why that has occurred.
Yeah.
Whether they actually got the line which they showed on the screen wrong, or whether like Salah was too quick to register.
Yeah.
So
the VAR was always going to be
controversial.
Yeah. For the first season, it was always going to be, I know, dodgy.
Yeah.
But no one thought it would be this dodgy.
No, absolutely not. Anyway, I think that's all we've got time for today, because we do need to get out of the studio.
Yeah,
but,
the computer was updated.
Yeah, the computer was updating, but even so,
we've covered everything.
Yeah, we've covered everything.
Big question. Finally, no, I don't think it's over yet.
Yeah. Social channels will be up within the next week. Hopefully, we'll be back to regular posting on Instagram. I know it's been over a month now. I do apologise, because I'm actually the one running that account. But
you're also running Molyneux Mag.
I'm also running Molyneux Mag on Twitter, so if you want to give that a follow, then please do. You got anything to say, mate?
Anything to plug?
No, I've got a new podcast coming out hopefully soon, where we talk about politics and football, and hopefully looking at academy players and kind of where they've gone, what they're doing now.
Yeah.
So
obviously you'll know a lot about that with your family background.
Yeah, it's exciting stuff. Yeah. Hopefully I'll be getting that up. So that'll be the Running Man pod. So the Running Man's pod.
Running Man's pod.
That sounds like an interesting pod. Hopefully
I'll tune in.
Yeah, I'll tune in. I'll be tuning into that.
Well, cheers, lads. Thank you for having me today.
No problem.
No, absolutely.
Thanks for coming on, mate. And we'll see you soon.
Oh, hello.
All right.
Former Arsenal manager Arsene Wenger is returning to football as FIFA's new chief of global football development.
Oh, well, there's some news.
Yeah, there's some news to leave you on.
Anyways, we'll be off now. Cheers.